Embrace not the blood of the enlightened. Rather listen to their words, watch their actions, and move swiftly against them should they strike. A useful sword, but often too sharp. Hello, and welcome to Valley by Night, here on Dire Bear. I'll be your GM for the evening, or excuse me, your storyteller from over at the Nerd Eternal Network. Tuesday night is, of course, our Vampire the 5th Edition Chronicle. And playing with me tonight will be Eric as Samuel, Duba as Alexander, Decca as Blackjack, Sarah as Jolene, and Rap as Maeve. We weren't here last week because Dire Bear was doing a, would we call it an event? I don't know.
Probably not an event. It's probably we're amplifying other voices for the week.
That's a good way to put it. But anyway, we're back tonight. Who wants to give the recap of the last session?
That was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I have the memory of a goldfish.
I knew nobody would.
Jones Valley Coterie is very bad with technology.
Mm-hmm.
As I
So we
recall-
forget a few things. It's okay. We'll learn next time.
It's how you get dead.
It is
Wolves.
kind of how you did.
Gas station,
Dead-er.
fire.
Yes, werewolves had taken out a gas station in Endron. I believe y'all had found out, had done just a little bit of research and found out that was a subsidy of Pentex, which is a larger corporation that owns, 50-11 smaller corporations. Let's see, what else did we get? You had gotten back, Alejandro, I believe, had contacted Samuel with some information on the mysterious magician that Alexander had observed. You had found out his name, and I believe where he was from, or at least where the license plate on his car was registered to.
Walker
They-
Boyer lives in Mooresville. The home has been in his name for about 15 years.
Correct. And been in his family's name, I think, further back than that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I feel like other things happened, but that was kind of the big stuff.
Yep.
Had Sarah tried to... had Jolene tried to investigate... I seem to recall her asking or telling somebody about the gentleman that had come into her store. Or
When she
restaurant.
told Maeve about
Okay,
him
that was
because Maeve told her about the lady at the club.
Oh, right, the
hippie
hippie
lady.
lady. That's right. And I believe we had wrapped up just before sunrise. Yes, because Samuel got the call from Alejandro, I think, right before he was going to turn in. Does that sound right?
I don't
Yes.
remember what it was about, but yes.
I do recall that.
But Alejandro was the one that called you about with the information on Walker Boyer.
That's right. Yeah. Okay.
So that is pretty much where we're starting up tonight. So as the sun sets, all of you begin waking up, except maybe Jolene. She can have a weird sleep schedule.
Insomniac vampire.
Well, you got a work shift during the day. Which map are y'all on? All right. Not that I need the coterie map up right now, but I just like having it here. Okay, so y'all begin rousing for the evening. Does anyone have anything they want to do as soon as they get up? Oh, yes, give me your rouse checks. I forgot about that.
I mean that.
Where's that button? There it is.
Okay.
Rail
Ralph checks are going pretty
Shizer.
well.
No, they aren't.
They're going fine for most folks.
So,
not.
No, they're not.
Samuel would like to tap his herd.
Oh, that's
For
right.
one
the one
hunger?
is- Sorry, I was misreading the sheet. You're right. It was
Yeah.
going horrible.
Maeve is fine. Everybody else is hungry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Samuel will use his first point of his herd for the week, and he'll tap 1 point of hunger out of it.
Okay.
Which I do need a roll.
Do you need a roll when you're tapping your herd?
Yes, I
Blood
do.
type.
Yep.
For the-
It
Oh,
allows
for-
me to
for
select the
that.
blood
Yes,
type.
yes,
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. It's not. You don't have to make like a hunting roll for that. But
Nope. I just can I can slake up to the amount of points I have in the herd merit in hunger a week. Without doing any harm or potentially damaging or killing the herd.
well, I thought I had the Vampire's GM screen on my computer somewhere, but I do not. So let's see. This page 310. I know it's in that area. All right. I believe it was an 8 or 9 on the roll.
9 or 10.
Was it 9 or 10? Okay.
I believe so, yeah. Or might be 8 to 10. I know it's high. No, yeah, it is 8 to 10 because 1 to 7 is nothing. 8 to 10 is acute. No, 8 to 9 is acute, and then a 10 is intense. Or something like that. Brain is mush.
Well, it's a
long
4,
day.
so.
So nothing. Okay.
But you can, you swing by work, talk to one of the nurses.
Yeah. One of these days I'll get a Disacrata.
One day.
One day.
Last
Yeah.
issue.
I mean, don't curse me with that, Juju. I don't need that.
You don't need that in your life.
Mm-mm. I'm good, thank you.
All right. Does anybody else have any early chores they need to do?
I'm gonna go hunting, but besides my regular chores,
All right.
what did we say that it was with survival?
Well, tell me how you're going about it. Are you going out
I mean,
off into the woods to hunt? Are you
Yes.
going to the Jones Valley farm to snag one of their cows?
Oh.
Mm.
No, I'd probably just go hunting. I don't want to. I'm indifferent about the other farms, but I'm not going to actively cause trouble over there. As long as mine's good. As I'm leaving, is there anything? Is there that guy who went to fix my fence? Have I seen him? Or my door?
You can see where he's fixed the door.
Right.
And, did he swing by right as the Brat Pack was showing up?
No. He hasn't shown up in a while.
For some reason, I was thinking he drove by while they were sitting in the driveway, like he was coming by to tell you. Maybe that was just something I thought about doing and didn't do anyway. It's been 2 weeks.
But no, I haven't.
But no, you have not.
Okay.
Because, he's supposed to
Fair
fix your door and he's supposed to let you know if he saw that particular car. So,
So then, yeah, no, I just head to the forest and start hunting.
alright. And I believe we said that was...
I think we started with survival.
Yeah, survival sounds right. Survival and... We're going with wits.
I think so.
Alright, give me a survival wits then.
Two successes.
Okay, I believe you needed
Um,
3? Or
I think
were we
that's what we
saying
said.
4 for... Okay, so yeah, you don't have any success in that first
Fine.
first hour, unless you wanted to burn willpower to reroll
Nah, I'm good.
one dice.
I'll let it rock. So, I think I'm more distracted with the news of werewolves in the forest, and I'm just like, kind of like looking around as I'm doing it, and I go and try to get one, and then it runs away before I give it a chance.
I'm just picturing the fierce vampire out in the woods, jumping every time he hears a twig snap.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else?
I'm at 3. I'll go do hunting as well.
All right. You gonna go hunt in the woods, or you gonna go hunt in one of the local farms?
Well, in the woods still, probably.
Okay. That's right. We figured out your role for domesticated animals weren't very good either.
Yep.
No, she has like really good stats for hunting.
For hunting.
Yeah,
Survival, I have really good stats, but like animal kin and anything like that, I have no stats
Yeah.
in animal kin.
All right. Survival wits then. Oh, it's only 110.
Yeah, I checked too.
All right, but it is 2 successes, and you needed 3.
I'm gonna burn some willpower.
All right, reroll 3 dice then.
Would that count as 2 10s? Since it's in the reroll?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh dear.
So that is a what do they call it?
Messy critical?
Messy critical. Thank you. For some reason, I was thinking feral. I'm like, feral critical doesn't sound right. So it's kind of what it is.
I was good. Yeah, my brain was going brutal critical. Brutality.
So you're out in the woods. You've had several deer, as soon as you get anywhere near them, it's like they catch a whiff of you and take off. You finally manage to creep up close to one. And just as you're getting ready to jump, it takes off. You get more and more frustrated. So when finally you see another one, you just dive on it and you just tear into it. So they give you what? 3? You get 3. Reduce your hunger by 3 with a deer. I think we said.
I think it was by 2.
Or was it by 2? Because they're not
I
quite
think it
as
was
big
by
as cows.
2.
Okay. So you successfully feed, but you're looking down at this just mauled animal. And you're of course you're just drenched.
She looks like she mauled a deer.
You look like you're auditioning to play the part of Carrie at the prom.
Oh, boy.
Fantastic. She's gonna drag the deer further into the woods and
Okay.
see if there's any kind of little stream or something that she can at least make it look like maybe she just fell in water instead of murdered a deer.
No, you're not really having any luck there.
Okay.
And you kind of gnawed on that neck a little bit, so there ain't really gonna be any licking that wound closed. But it also doesn't look
Oh.
like puncture marks, so there's that.
Yeah. Looks like maybe a random wolf or coyote or something.
As long as somebody that doesn't know much about that sort of thing didn't look at it.
Yeah.
An examiner would go, that was human teeth.
Jeez. Oh, who's gonna be out looking at deer?
That's a fair point.
She's still gonna make sure it's like far enough off the beaten path that it shouldn't arouse any suspicion while it's still fresh.
Okay.
Give it enough time to kind of decompose, maybe throw some dead leaves over it and stuff.
Cover it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Give yourself a stain.
Fantastic.
You are, justifiably freaked out at your loss of control.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, eating an animal, that's one thing, that's fine. Especially since it keeps you away from people, but that was...
Where is that on the sheet? I'm not seeing it.
Alright, let's see, how did the stains...
Basically on your humanity track, just click it until it becomes a slash.
No.
You effectively temporarily lose a point of humanity, I believe is how that goes.
Okay.
And I think you can do stuff to earn it back and stuff.
There are rolls at the end of the session, assuming we don't end in the middle, in the middle of something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where yes, you make a roll, a humanity roll, which I think they're leaving a button for the humanity roll. And,
I think it's remorse roll.
You're right. That's probably what it is for the.
It was remorse and humanity, but
But yeah, you basically make a roll to see if it bothers you for a while, and you don't lose your humanity, or if you just kind of go, well, could that guy's head off? That don't really bother me no more. At which point your humanity goes.
Okay, and then she's going to try to sneak back to her house and probably get a shower. Really hot shower.
All right, give me a. Let's see. Would this one be streetwise or stealth? Because you are covered
Stealth.
from at least head to waist in just buckets of blood. It actually smells kind of nice.
Like I'm fucking werewolf bait out here.
Yeah, give me a stealth or streetwise, whichever you prefer.
I'm gonna
And
take 1.5 points in.
Yeah, wits with either one of it. Either one of them.
Dice, why you gotta do me dirty?
Oh. Yeah.
willpower?
Yeah.
The second something creeps her out later in the evening, though, she's just going to run away screaming because she's got no willpower.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, 3 successes.
I mean, considering she's kind of grown up here, I'd assume she would know like some back ways too. So I don't know if she would have gotten any bonuses.
It's a fairly populated area, though, so...
Fair.
But yeah, when you have the chance, you take alleys behind houses as opposed to the actual streets. It's a very tense, 30 minutes or so. It's much longer walking back than it was walking out, because you have to be so careful.
Yep.
But you do manage to get home and back inside without anybody seeing you. The top you're wearing is a complete loss, however.
Yep.
Let's see. Maeve was fine. Alexander,
Yes, sir.
What sort of chores do you want to get busy with when you first get up?
Let's see. I've only got 2 hunger, so I can let that ride for at least a little bit. Probably going to warm up all my systems in the lair. Essentially check and see if there's anything weird in the news. Check and see if there's any weird random reports in Jones Valley. You know, just a standard technical information gathering bit to get an idea of what to look forward to or what the public is sneakingly getting or allowed, but no one knows what's going on just yet.
Okay. The news of the day, there's still a lot of talk about the gas station being burned down. The police still aren't saying anything about... Well, the police will say they do not have a suspect at the moment. And won't really commit one way or the other as to whether or not there's even anybody, any people of interest that they're looking at. You know, they've interviewed other business owners who are concerned. You know, because there's another gas station, a Shell station or something, just across the road from the one that burned. Let's see. There was a shootout in Decatur, on the east side of Decatur. The police, doesn't appear that anyone was killed. The police suspect it was gang related.
He makes a note of that in his little notebook he keeps by with everything. You know, gotta keep little tabs on everything, regardless of if it seems significant or not.
Let's see. Yeah, because you're new to Huntsville, so you're probably not super familiar with Decatur. You know, I mean, aware of where it's at, but other than that.
I've been up there a few times, but I can't say I know the area by heart.
Alright, so y'all pass y'all's first hours like, oh, Maeve, is there anything you want to do the first hour you're up?
Probably walk my dog.
Yeah, by the
Just
time
to
you
get a-
by the time you get up, he's probably ready for one. So I just don't know that you could trust a ghoul dog with something
Go out
as simple
on
as
his own.
with something as simple as a door flap. The ghouling process tends to make them a little vicious to anyone who's not you.
Yeah.
Alright. So, your first hour passes. Samuel, you've managed to go out and get your snack. Might be more than an hour considering Jolene's slow walk back. That poor deer.
One day we're gonna get her a car. One day. This is a little like Volkswagen.
A smart car.
No.
But anyway, so Samuel, you've gotten your snack. You've gotten back home. You're not having to work tonight.
Yep.
What does Samuel what does Samuel want to do for the evening? He's got information that he has not as yet had a chance to pass out to anybody.
For right now, he's going to sit on it until they meet up again.
Okay.
He's going to see if he can find some more information on the Banu. I know we already found some on the Banu Hakim, but he wants to go through his library again, see if there's anything on some of their rituals. See if you can't learn a few.
Okay, give me a. I guess it would be occult.
Intelligence.
What stat goes well for researching? Yeah, probably intelligence. Probably
Yeah.
intelligence.
Second stat. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Cancel. Occult. There we go. Intelligence. +1 for the library. 2 successes. Or 3 successes.
But only 110. Okay.
Yeah.
I really wish they programmed it not to turn green unless there was 2.
Yeah.
It gets my hopes up every time.
Has like confetti shoot out of it if it's unless it's critical.
Yeah.
So-
Is it confetti or is
Blood,
it intestine?
blood confetti.
Red confetti.
In the
Hey.
in the background, you just hear the grunts go, "Yay!" Oh, wrong one.
Wrong game.
So, what sort of information are you looking for?
He's trying to see if he can find some more information on their rituals, or see if there's anything anything that might look like the ritual that Alexander spied on.
Okay. Let's see. Well, apparently I've got every clan book over here except my Asimite one. Oh, well. I don't know where in the world I left it. Anyway. You don't find your books just flat out don't have a lot of information on Quietus.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of it involves stealth or quickly killing things or essentially being able to poison even kindred. You're sure their sorcerer types must have some sort of warding abilities, but it's just not something they're really known for.
Okay.
They're secretive about their abilities, much like the Tremere.
Yeah. Man, I knew it was a long shot, but he wanted to see if there might be anything in there. Because his library came from his sire. What little of it he has.
Mhm.
It was sort of like a going away gift from his sire. He got a portion of his sire's library, 1 point worth of his 5-point library.
Basically, his sire went through all of his books. All right, I've got 2 copies of that. Oh, I've got 2 copies of that.
Basically, yeah, is what happened.
Well, these 2, this is really kind of the junior version. He can have that one.
More or less.
This one just does not fit on the shelf. There you go.
This one's the second edition. He can take that one. I've got the first edition.
You can have the first edition. I've got the revised. There we go.
Spilled coffee on this one.
Oh, nope, that's the 20th anniversary. I need that one. Anyway. So yeah, most of the information that you have on them tends to be more of historical or, decrying their immorality and the way they diablerize,
Yeah.
and just talking about how dangerous they are. A big chunk of what you find is obviously
Propaganda.
essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, as a loyal Tremere, you would quote it as gospel truth, but
But
at
how
least-
loyal
at least
is he
prior,
really?
At least prior to the pyramid falling.
Yeah, that's true. Once the pyramid fell, absolutely.
Let's see. With 3 successes, I should give you something interesting. One thing that maybe you wouldn't have known beforehand that you do run across is the fact that the Assamites were known to be, at one time and kind of off and on, close with the Salubri. Another clan that Tremere have nothing good to say about.
Yeah.
Huh.
They also refer to them as Diablerists and Soul Stealers and all sorts of nastiness.
Yeah.
But apparently the two clans are known to work together against a bloodline called the Bali.
All right.
And, the book you're reading says the Bali are mythical, though. So, yeah.
Right. Okay. Interesting. He'll make note of that.
Okay. Now, was the coterie planning to get together tonight, or... I guess that's something we should establish. Do you guys have, like, regular weekly meetings? Is it just whenever somebody calls everybody?
I'd say they maybe meet at like since we've been doing it. I'd say Samuel like invites them to his home in emergencies, but they'd probably meet at one of the Elysium spots or somewhere in private.
Okay.
Because he'd be a lot more secretive about his haven.
Nah, he just lets everybody know.
No, he does not. Absolutely not. I will say one other thing he'll do is he will you know what? Nah, he said that if she wanted to talk to him, she could send a message to him. Habla.
Oh no, just invite her to the house. It'll be fine. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Clan of assassins knowing where you sleep.
Yeah.
It's the worst that could happen.
It'll be
About that.
fine.
You'll never hear it coming.
You probably never feel it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
As I recall, though, Abla was planning on inviting you once they got settled in to the Calhoun campus.
Yep.
You know, as they have, you know, meeting rooms and stuff there.
Mm-hmm. Besides, he has already made her pseudo blush, and she wants to talk to him again. So you know, maybe plus.
It's that English accent.
Yeah. That and he isn't a soulless machine like the other Tremere. He has a personality.
He kind of knows what emojis are.
Yeah, sorta.
Young enough.
Well, his day job, so to speak, keeps him a little more in touch with technology than some kindred his age would be.
Yeah. Day job.
All right, so what Elysium would you want to be meeting the guys at?
Probably one a little bit deeper into town.
Because there's the country club up close to where you live, but not everybody can get access to that one on a regular basis.
Yeah, he'd probably probably be one of the ones in town. Probably more the regular meeting spot.
Well, there is that one. Was it above a bar or in a bar? Where you met
the
Maeve
biker
and
bar.
her sire that time.
Yeah, that'd be a good spot. It's a bit out of the way.
You know, they've got the
You don't
little.
have to dress up for it.
Don't have to dress up for it. Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
they've got the little rooms in the back.
Samuel just in jeans and a leather jacket. Is that the doctor? No, of course not. He's not wearing the. He's not like dressed down to
He
the
doesn't have a
11s.
cape.
Yeah.
No, he's a,
Does it
he's
have
a
the
leather. They
cape?
got it from a motorcycle. Yeah, but he's still got the stethoscope. Oh, yeah, he does.
All the better to strangle
shit.
people with.
The cheap
Hello.
Why do you
garrote
have-
wire.
Why do you have the stethoscope? Garrote wire.
Wait, I beg your pardon.
All right, so you sent out a text. How would you word your text, given the limitations you're under? Not that all kindred are under when it comes to that sort of thing.
Meet at the usual bar, top of the hour.
Okay.
It's at least 3 hours for me to get there.
You've got
Top
a
of the hour.
truck. As
I have to go pick up. I have to go pick up Jolene.
It's like already walking that way.
Well, the Jones Valley area is not that big.
Okay, well it's it. I still have to go drive. I'm gonna be the last one there because I have to pick up Jolene.
That's fair.
Eventually, she's gonna get a car.
We were saying when you were gone, we're gonna get you a little We're gonna get you a little Volkswagen.
Oh, can she get one of the old bugs?
Yes.
Yes.
What?
Just
You know
have-
what?
know.
Just the good old classic bug.
That's what happens the next time
Punch
Skip
buggy.
if she gets a vehicle.
Honestly, I think Samuel could just like flat out buy her an old bug.
She's not letting anyone buy her anything.
Probably not, but he has the funds.
Jack activates prowess and punches Jolene. Punch buggy. Poof.
I'm picturing Samuel going out buying a bug, and then through an intermediary putting it up for sale cheap. You know, like a couple, in the general area that he thinks Jolene lives in, so she'll happen to run across it.
It's
I
like
mean,
it's a prank-
first off,
it's
out
like
of my
the sad.
head.
Or like in front of her job that says for sale. Call this number.
It's like, I know it's you.
It's a sheep.
Oh, please
Craigslist
don't
ad.
worry. It'll only cost you one of your paychecks. It'll be very cheap, promise.
People assume she hasn't actually saved that money.
One paycheck and a couple pints of blood for me to experiment on. That's all.
Yeah, that'll be about right.
Got to figure out that thin blood alchemy. For some reason, full-blooded vampires can't seem to get it to work.
Uh-huh.
All right, so you make your way to the bar,
The bar.
which had a name the last time we used that name, but I don't remember what it was now.
That's fine. We'll just call it the boss.
That one bar.
Yep, I've got waffle places written down, but no bar names.
I'm trying to see if I wrote it down somewhere.
And just
I'm sorry.
completely as an aside, I mentioned the Duck and Waffle in Hong Kong. There's one in London too.
Nice.
I was having research London for my superhero game, and just looking on Google Maps, like, oh, there's another Duck and Waffle. I wonder if it's a chain. All throughout the British Empire.
I didn't even write down the name of the bar. So
It's not important in the least, but I'm pretty sure it was,
The
was an
bar.
actual bar that is in
bar.
town.
I mean, if
bar.
nothing else,
It's-
you can just call it the Royal Bar.
It's quietly called
It's not that
Dubai.
highfalutin.
No.
You pull up, you go in. There's a couple of ghouls watching the place. Oh, running the place, I should say.
Mm.
They recognize. Well, they're pretty. This place was just outside your domain, so it's pretty close by.
Yeah.
So they're probably familiar with most of you on site.
Mm-hmm.
Probably recognize Blackjack's truck just as soon as it pulls up.
The last one in there, just cranking. It takes me a couple minutes to crank the gear a little bit to get it to park. I got it. Okay.
So when Samuel
Just-
arrives, one of them steps up. Oh, good evening, Doctor. Will you be needing the back room tonight, or Are you just here to socialize?
Yes, I will be in need of one of the back rooms tonight.
Oh, very good then. They're currently all available, so. Yeah, simply pick the one you want. And do you have a? Are there other members of your party coming?
Yes, we will have a full house tonight.
Very good. So each of you are shown back there, as you get there. Well, they don't escort you back because that would look
Right,
odd.
suspicion.
Anybody not,
Mm-hmm.
the front part of the bar is just an open bar.
Yep.
What?
But,
Why
but-
am I imagining just the small manhole cover near the back just slowly shifting as Alexander pokes his head up and the ghoul just looks down at him?
Well, you have to climb out. There's a doorbell on the back that is specifically there for the Nos. Or the gargoyles that are in town, because the Nos aren't the only ones here in town that have to hide.
Mm.
Or really any Kindred that doesn't want to be seen going in or out. There's a doorbell that is essentially silent as far as out in the area that opens up into the back. And the little kind of meeting room areas they've got can be accessed from the back room like that.
Score one for me.
Well, you're not the only Nos in town, so.
Oh no, I know. I just find it funny. It's just like moves manhole cover, rings the bell.
They spritz you with Febreze as you walk in. It's fine.
He'd be used to it. Just like, I know, I smell horrible, but it's fine. You'll get used to it, promise.
So it's probably a little after the top of the hour by the time everybody gets there.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Does Maeve have a vehicle?
Yes,
Okay.
Maeve does.
Yeah, she let her sire spend all that money on Ubers.
He wanted to be inconspicuous.
Well, that's true.
I mean, it's his fault for not asking. Hey, do you have a vehicle we can just use?
True.
Maybe he knows her well enough she wasn't going to volunteer hers. Some secret mission. Sound like my car get messed up. No, thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Samuel. The entire coterie is gathered together.
Howdy.
Hello. I've been doing a bit of research. As it turns out, the man that Alexander spotted for us, his name is Walker Boyer. Lives in Mooresville, apparently, and he's had a family home there for a long time. Not sure why he's warding a home here, but he doesn't live in this area. Mildly concerning.
Maybe he has family moving in this area.
Depends on one's definition of family, I suppose.
I mean, they all do
Some-
seem to be a little close knit.
Perhaps.
So, I do have good information for you, Pastor Samuel.
Yes.
I did a little experimentation at the home. Apparently,
Okay.
the magic wards vampiric blood. Small experiment does putting a few droplets of my blood on a rock and seeing what happens when it crosses the barrier. It essentially wiped the blood right off and let the stone pass holy.
So it is a way to stop kindred from crossing. That
Well,
is
that's-
in line with some wards that I know, although that is advanced warding magic.
Yes, yes. though did see person of home. Female. Rather young, not too terribly old, at least, not that I could tell. Seemed to be doing daily routine, coming home, groceries, shopping, perhaps, yes. Nothing too suspicious.
It could be a Cleaver family.
Quite possibly. But so far, that's all I know due to trying to not push the boundaries or alert anyone that could be nearby.
I see. Well, it's something. Right now, I'm more concerned about the dog situation, as it were.
Oh, yes, of course. That is a much more dire consequence than just a simple ward spell.
The ward is something to keep an eye on for later, but
Yes, of course.
having the lupine on our doorstep in mass is a much greater concern. Jolene, have you gotten in touch with anyone on your end?
She like checks her phone to see if anyone has called or texted her. She did
You do
tell
not have.
Eddie. I mean, I can give him a call real quick, see if he has any updates or heard anything. He
Please
hadn't
do.
called me. Should let's kind of go over to the side of the room and call Eddie, I guess.
Would you like for me to set up surveillance, Master Samuel? Some type of spying, perhaps? Yes?
When we have a greater understanding of what we're dealing with, will allow us to custom tailor our surveillance, as it were.
Yes, of course.
Eddie's phone rings and rings and rings, and there's no answer.
She looks visibly concerned. Would she have Mark Coleman's number? The caitiff that she spoke with at Elysium?
Even or odd?
Odd.
One. Yes, you do happen to have his number. Or at least a number you can contact him at.
She's gonna.
You figure it's a burner phone,
try
like you
his
use.
yeah. She's gonna try his number.
It rings a couple times and you hear him answer. Hello?
Hey, Mark, it's your other favorite social outcast.
Jolene!
How's it going?
Oh, we're pretty good. Just getting up and getting stirring.
Yeah. Hey, I've been trying to get a hold of Eddie this fine evening. Have you heard anything from him today?
No, not from today. You think it's a problem, or?
I could be just being paranoid, but usually he's got a lot of people that depend on him, so he's usually pretty good about answering his phones. I mean, he could have just, laid it down or forgot it, but if you hear anything, give me a ring.
Okay, I'll call around a few other folks I know in the community.
Yeah, just give me a ring back if you hear anything, good or bad, or if you get in touch with him, have him give me a ring.
Will do. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Have a good one. Eddie is not available. It kept ringing, didn't even drop into voicemail.
And from what I understand, he typically answers your calls.
I mean, he could have just laid it down or something.
Oh, Dad.
Oh, he died?
Yeah.
Wrong choice of words, sir.
Either way, I gotta hold him, Mark, and he's gonna put out some feelers, get back in touch with me, see what's going on.
Well, it's better than nothing. Does anyone else have anything?
Not particularly.
I think there's a hippie walking around that nobody knows about.
Pardon?
Okay, there is some.
I told you about the hippie.
Had anybody mentioned to Blackjack that they'd seen the hippie?
No.
I think Jolene. No, I think Jolene said when
Yeah, Joe.
Oh,
she
right.
called.
Joe.
You totally
Yeah,
did.
It's been
totally
2
did.
years.
Yeah.
Samuel,
totally
I
did,
think,
that's
is
right.
the only one that doesn't know anything.
Yeah, this is news to him.
Yeah.
And Alexander, he's just like intrigued, like, oh, go on.
Ah.
And there was that one
hippie.
guy
Almost
Hmm.
forgot.
from the Waffle House that I don't think he was, I don't think it was a kindred or anything, but he just seemed a bit out of place.
Oh,
And also,
Looking fancier than Samuel on Elysium night coming into a Waffle House.
I'm not sure if I should be insulted that I become an adjective or not.
I don't know
I
if he was
think
fancy.
you know what you are.
I don't know if he was fancier than Samuel, but
Well, he
mean,
was looking
On
fancy.
par.
Yeah.
to be fair, could be taken as a compliment. Who knows? But for now, so a fancy soul comes into the Waffle House. I'm assuming middle of the night. Yes.
No?
Broad day. Interesting.
Well, not broad day, but a bit before,
it was before sunset.
right around that magic hour.
I think maybe the sun was starting to set as he was leaving,
Yeah, because
or
he got the
or
call.
it just set when he was leaving.
Yeah, it was right around that time of like, some people could be waking up, some people could still be sleeping.
Interesting. Thin blood, maybe? Perhaps.
Mm,
Or a ghoul.
That do.
thinking more ghoul. I don't think it was kindred.
Still,
He,
interesting development. Yes.
yeah. I mean, Maeve sounds more like kindred.
I was going to say now about this hippie that only Maeve has seen.
She came to my job. Haven't seen her in all the years that I've been here, and she wasn't at the party a couple of nights ago. Came,
Yeah, but-
had a bit of a bite, and left.
Are we
Yeah,
supposed to be
she-
using, like, stealth vampire terms here? Are we saying that she'd take a drink from someone, or, like, had a bite, like she ate something?
No, she refused to drink the alcohol in her hand, so then she went to the back with a customer, and then maybe 15 minutes later she left.
I
It
mean,
does sound like a kindred. Oh,
That's
Hornstein, we're not sure.
well, do remember humans to enjoy some fun time, and they don't need long. At least.
Yeah,
that I
but she
remember.
didn't drink any of the drink that she bought herself.
Okay, so she's a hypocrite and just doesn't drink socially. Who knows?
I don't know.
Do you have a description of this person?
And she'll give him the description of the hippie.
Well,
Ah,
it's hard to say, but it could be the same one you saw.
sounds like the exact same person I saw taking a jog a few nights ago.
You jog.
Yes, I jog.
You
Why?
leave that farm of yours in the middle of the night.
Listen, I'm as the person most in touch with the human
Wait a minute
inside. Yes.
No. You ain't gonna win that. You ain't gonna win that
Are you
competition.
sure
sweetie.
about that? Are you sure about that? Be that as it may. Be that as it may. Yes, it sounds like a person I saw a few nights ago as well. Similar descriptors. The hippie part, especially.
Okay. Like I said, I haven't seen her, and then definitely not at any of the Elysian parties we've been graciously invited to.
Hmm.
I mean, do we need to bring this to the attention of higher ups, or
I mean, if somebody is in town and never said anything at the last party to introduce themselves,
I mean, if they're in our domain,
I mean, she was at my job.
she was by my farm.
She wasn't that close to your farm. When you met her, she was right at
Well,
the
in my
edge,
in
walking
the
up over the
domain.
hill out of the domain.
Uh-huh.
Still, better question. Master Samuel, what would
Hmm.
you like us to pursue in terms of interest? Again, the lupine problem seems to be the most dominant for the 3 cases so far.
For the moment, that was probably our best bet. As of what we've been dealing with thus far, they are the ones that have proven to be an active threat. It's not to say the others aren't, but it is not. Not as pressing, at least to me.
Yes, understood. Maeve, Blackjack. Later on, I might need more description. Maybe I can find person later on to searching and
Course.
whatnot.
Of course. I'd
Okay.
more than happy to.
That's fine.
I'm sure
Wonderful.
Maeve and I can corroborate that.
How long did you spend staring at her, Blackjack?
I don't know how to take that question.
if you had to describe it, could you describe her face or her ass?
Yes.
So very thoroughly, then.
Oh god.
Yes. Activates blush of light to actually blush.
Doing that would require a rouse roll. You probably don't want to bother with it.
Messy Critical's arouse roll to blush. Flips the table.
Storms out.
So I take it heart skipped beat, if possible. Yes.
I mean, she just reminded me of the old days.
Don't they all?
No.
Well, some of us, the old days is for the 70s, and some of us, the old days is World War II.
Try past that, Blackjack.
My point exactly.
And that's right. Her
That's
style
true.
would be hitting Blackjack right where he grew up.
Yeah.
Jolene, you get a call. You
Immediately
don't
picks
recognize the number.
Waits a second and then picks it up. Just kind of gives everyone a. Yes?
Jolene, it's Eddie.
Eddie, what the hell, man? You scared the shit out of me.
Sorry, I left the phone. I left my phone at home.
Okay.
I'm using one of the guys now, so if you don't recognize the number, that's why. We've lost somebody
Well,
tonight.
Shit. What happened? Who is it?
Given the way it looked like they tore into the back of the house, got to be the Lupines. Well, I mean, I guess technically the sheriff's deputies could probably have done that too,
Yeah, but I mean, they haven't.
but they wouldn't have.
As far as we know,
They wouldn't.
started
They wouldn't
hunting
have.
Thin Wolves yet.
Yeah, and they wouldn't have left him in so many pieces.
You're on the phone.
Where can I meet you up, Eddie?
Does Samuel say that loud enough that it would carry over?
Yep.
You hear it? Oh shit, that's right.
Where can I meet you?
Just bring him here.
Well, if I can give you the address for where we're at. Cops haven't shown up so far, so I'm hoping nobody called. This house is a little away from most folk.
Have you called the prince or anything like that, or?
No.
Do you want?
We're probably going to need
Where
to...
can I meet you at? We probably shouldn't keep. Samuel's gonna beat the shit out of me if I keep talking on the phone like this.
Yeah. Bringing down anybody else getting anybody else's attention would probably be a mistake. Here's the address I'm at. If you want to swing by there, or we can meet at the
Meet where we dropped off Lee.
Okay. Yeah, but we can meet at that
follow
park.
you.
Sure.
We'll follow you in.
That'll work. I've got a couple of the guys here trying to clean this place up before the kind show up.
Do you want Eddie to eat? I can get other people's numbers. Do you want it?
Crap, we're on the phone. I'm hesitant to bring in anybody in authority. Our buddy
Too
here,
late.
he may have been up to some shenanigans
There.
that might look badly on all of us.
Fuck.
I'll meet you at the park.
Yeah, we'll see you there. And she just hangs up.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we're going on a trip, aren't we?
I can walk there by myself. You don't have to come.
Stoner Park. You're on the opposite ends of town. It's gonna be a long walk.
She would hoof the fuck out of it. She'd like steal a bike and be like,
Blackjack holds out his truck keys.
Now I'm picturing Jolene hopping on somebody's bike and taking off.
A
And
little
it's like
kid
Pee Wee
down
Herman.
there.
It's like Pee Wee Herman screaming after her about his bike.
Jolene,
It's up to you if y'all want to get involved in this shit.
you already got me involved.
No, I
Come
said they
on.
could stay at my place.
Come
Your
on,
place.
we're going.
Fine.
I'm getting up. I'm getting in the truck. Come on, Jolene.
She gets in the truck. Just quiet the whole way there.
He's riding his bike alongside.
And
Motorcycle,
they
not
would be
actual bike.
following.
Yes, it is a
Following in her
motorcycle,
car.
you dunce cap.
Though, what could a
Come
kindred
here,
with
my
celerity
fluffy
do on a
bike.
bicycle?
Destroy the bike with the power
Well,
of their legs.
have you seen Carnival Phantasm?
I have not.
No.
It's basically a parody of Fate's Stay Night, but the rider servant, Medusa, rides a bike fast enough to outpace a car.
Probably about like that.
Until the chain breaks.
Well, actually, no, she couldn't turn. She couldn't turn fast enough and just go.
Very good at like drag racing, but anything else, forget
Yeah.
about it.
She's great.
I'd constantly prodding Jolene. Jolene, you're gonna have to tell me where we're going.
It's
I
where
can
we
drive
took.
all night.
It's where we took Lee.
All right. Well,
Stoner Park.
don't pop.
It is a across
Follow
the
Eddie in
quarry.
from there.
Alright. Well, make her way that way. If she don't want to compensate, she ain't gonna compensate. I'm saying this out loud. If she don't want to compensate, she ain't gonna compensate.
Y'all probably heard half the conversation. Somebody got killed.
One-sided
by the
telephone
Lupines.
calls.
Somebody got killed by the Lupines. They're in several pieces. It could be someone that was fooling around in some bullshit that could get the Thin Bloods and Caitiffs and even more shit than we already are.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah, but well, the stupid games start affecting everyone else, so.
I know.
No, you
I
don't.
ain't sympathize. It's not that I'm not sympathizing for you. It's just that, it happens. This is the way of This is the way of our on life. Even yours, much as you don't want to admit it.
Has Maeve become a Nosferatu too? I just realized her screen's dark.
No, she bent down to pet
Ah.
the little.
I glanced
This
over. I was like, did
conversation's
Alexandra's
awkward.
camera move? Did we lose somebody? And they come back and it jostled my players around. Okay.
No. I got
Nos
this
cat.
one right here.
No, she just went to go pick up a living ball of shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. He meowed at me. He meowed at me and wanted pets and then started biting me, so I picked him up.
Well, no, it was even funnier because literally, as he moved away, he just became shadow from the camera lighting. Just
Yeah. Just gone.
Mama got the baby.
Cat's Ferratu. Anyway.
Cat's Ferratu. Yeah, there we go.
So anyway, you make your way to
Somebody
Stoner
get
Park.
the counter.
Cat's Ferratu counter.
So you get out on the highway or the parkway, Moore Parkway. You head up north. It's not hard to get to at all. When you pull in, you see Eddie's car. He's already out of the car and kind of pacing.
Like before the truck stops, she's out the truck. What's up, man?
What do you? Oh, goddamn.
Vampire.
Hey, Jolene, thanks for coming. Hopefully I'm not dragging you into anything too nasty.
You hear the loud footsteps behind, as hopefully not dragging you into anything too nasty. Crew.
Yeah.
Blackjack walks in.
Blackjack.
Howdy.
So
The entire hee-haw gang's coming too, so.
Hey.
that's
Represent that, actually.
And Maeve's gonna pull up next to Blackjack's truck. And there's flash of lightning going on outside.
Yeah, it
Samuel's
was raining
already
here earlier.
pulled in on his bike.
Jolene kind of gives him that. Yeah.
He's like, all hands on deck. I understand.
Yeah.
You're dealing with the lupine. It's to be expected.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Yeah, we're gonna have to tell the sheriff something at some point, but maybe we can. Maybe if we tell him after we've already got it covered up, it won't be as big a deal.
In for a pinch, in for a pound.
They might want to know before we clean it up so they can see if there's anything evidence-wise. I don't
It's
know what
worth-
kind of.
Depending on what it is, it would make you look better.
All right.
Not in the eyes of the sheriff, because he's a biased asshole. But
You're not
Yeah.
wrong.
That's kind of my
in the
concern.
higher ups that are in charge of him.
So, looking at Jolene, he's like, I don't remember. I don't know if you knew Rich.
Probably heard his name around, but I don't think we ran in the same circles.
Yeah, he was a pretty quiet guy. Kept to himself. Just made his haven. Just moved in, bought a house, made his haven there. Just a house, kind of at the end of a cul-de-sac, with an empty lot or two separating himself from any of his neighbors. So,
Any neighbors kind?
pardon.
Any of his neighbors kind?
Oh yeah, but they all are.
Then we should probably get the sheriff.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you will
Luckily,
need
there's a
one.
couple of empty lots, and 2 of the houses are up for sale, but nobody's currently living there. So, you have a little buffer zone. I've got one of our full-blooded friends. They can be very persuasive. Basically door knocking and making sure nobody heard anything or saw anything. So the back of his property bumped up against the woods, which is probably how the lupines got up on him. But tore
He
him.
was isolated, so
Yeah, just tore him apart. Truthfully, we were really hoping they wouldn't be able to tell a thin blood from a kind, but
he wasn't one of didn't like you and me didn't have jaywalking.
no, he didn't.
They got him while he was asleep.
I don't know. He was in the living room, and it looks like he was dressed. I mean,
Shit.
not that necessarily he'd have to undress or change. It doesn't matter. They also tore up the floor of his house. He had a collection of bodies in the crawl space.
What?
Yeah, he was. It looked like something out of a serial killer movie. They were like sealed up, wrapped in plastic.
Kaino Kindred.
Hell, man, we didn't open any of them up to see.
Might be a good idea not to.
He had them like wrapped up in plastic, like a modern day mummification or something. Shit, we're gonna have to check that. I truthfully just assumed it was his kind he fed on or something, but
That goes so far beyond even what some of the worst of my kind did.
Lady, we gotta.
That's
we
pretty
gotta
fuck,
call
yeah.
him in.
I have a contact with the sheriff. I can have him come down. He owes me a few
Also-
favors.
I also have a contact, but they're more on the scouting side.
all right. So you were contacting. Let's see, what deputy was it you knew?
The deputy that he knows is Luke Barnes.
That's right. And you did him a favor one time.
Yep, he covered up a masquerade breach.
That's right.
He can repay it by covering up another one.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's like,
that's
hey,
how
we found
boons work.
a masquerade breach. You want to do something about that?
Though this one really wouldn't count as him doing you a favor.
No, this
This
would be
was
like,
just-
hey, we found something that, actually, honestly, with him working to cover it up, he might owe Samuel another favor. I don't know.
Maybe a minor one at best, because this is really something more just for the
Yeah,
overall city. But anyway, you call old Luke.
still be something.
He rings 4 or 5 times and he answers.
Yeah.
Hello, doctor.
Luke, well, we have a situation.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to need you at, and he'll look at the address and
Okay.
and he'll rattle it off. I need you here.
Okay, that's up on the north side. I'm already up here. I can be there in just a few minutes.
Make it 1 if you can. It's
I'll step on it.
it's bad.
Daya.
I'm on my way. Now, do you give him the address for the location this was at? Or for where y'all currently are? 'Cause
Probably better to give him the address where we're all at instead
Yeah.
of showing up
okay, well, you tell him
before us.
Stoner Park. He knows where that's at.
yeah, he'll give him that.
So just a couple minutes
Oh.
later, his car pulls in.
Mm.
He gets out. Doc?
Luke.
He kind of gives Blackjack a nod. Just a Bruja acknowledging Bruja kind of nod.
So we have, thanks to the tenants of the north side of the city, we have learned of a breach.
How serious?
So a lupine attack.
That gets complete attention. What?
You don't know that yet.
Eddie,
It's a
You need to lead with
possibility.
that next time.
Eddie, this is your show here. You're the one that found it.
Luke kind of narrows his eyes at Eddie. And Eddie proceeds to
Luke-
relay everything that, you had found.
And Jolene would kind of step up behind Eddie, like, "You mess with him, I will try to end you."
I trust, Luke, that prejudice will not be a factor here. We are dealing with the great enemy of our kind, after all.
I'm just going to do my job, Doc. But, like I said, Eddie relays to Luke, what's happened. Great. Sounds like a real sicko. Well, let's head over that way. We'll see what kind of cleanup your guys have already done. If nobody's contacted the police yet, this may be, I know plenty of ways to ditch bodies. We can get that taken care of without any trouble. We'll need to cover up the lupine attack as well, and that might be a little more. Well, let's just go see how wrecked the house is, how obvious it'll be from the outside.
Given the description, probably very.
I just need to throw the whole house away.
As y'all start hitting the cars, Eddie's like, well, they tore in through the back, so from the street, So you load up. You quickly make your way to the address Eddie gave you. Or I guess you'd be following Eddie, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
You pull up, and in front of this house, there's already several cars parked in front of this house.
Me checking if I have Eddie on my sheet or not. I do not.
I don't think you've encountered Eddie before.
This is
This
my
may be the first time you've
encountering
actually
him.
met him. You would have been aware of him by his name.
Yeah. Jolene's thin blood contact. Okay.
Let's see, what is this?
Yeah, it's. I try not to metagame names that other people meet, and I do not. I just heard Eddie come up enough times. They're going, wait, did I write him down?
I think this is the first time you've met him.
It is, yeah.
That we've all met him. I mean, Maeve met him, but didn't really talk to him.
Yeah, I think Blackjack has met him.
But didn't talk to him.
Yeah,
It was
not
during
really,
the-
anyway.
It's the Bruja.
Yeah.
It's the Bruja thing. The beat your chest.
Well, Eddie is not Bruja. Eddie is Thin Blood.
Mm-hmm.
Luke,
Oh.
Luke, the
Luke.
sheriff's
Oh,
deputy
my
that showed
bad, I'm
up.
thinking
He's
of Luke.
Bruja.
Yeah. Then I had met Eddie. It was more of the.
Let
It
me
was more
add
just being
Luke.
in Jolene's corner.
But so y'all pull up. Like I said, there's several cars already parked there. The lights are on in the house. From the street, things look okay. Like I said, it was kind of at the end of a cul-de-sac, so there's no road running behind the house.
Well, that's a good start, at least.
As you walk in, yeah, the living room's a mess. Furniture's thrown to the side. The floor's ripped up. This rich guy, he's kind of all over the place. In big chunks and little chunks splashed on the wall.
Jolene visibly gets even paler.
Ah,
It really
boy.
makes you think about how you tore into that deer.
Yeah.
But these wolves tore into, a person like that. A person like you.
Yeah.
Well, that is about on par for a lupine attack.
That show is something. Oh, Lupin. Gangrel, maybe, if they frenzied.
Maeve's gonna side eye Blackjack for that comment, but not say anything.
I'm not wrong.
Uh-huh.
Coming out of the kitchen is a man. Yeah, all of you recognize him. Oh, hey, look who's late to the party.
Nice to see her integrating Lee.
You what now?
It was Lee.
No. This
It's
is
not
Travis. This is Travis Denton. The
Oh.
Prince's Scourge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I get a little closer to Julie.
Jolene has officially achieved like whiteout pencil color.
Well,
Howdy.
look who decided to join the party.
Well, you know, they've had me up here
Interesting.
patrolling
Yeah.
since the Lupines around, and well, you know, I saw a couple people I recognize as Thin Bloods driving this way. I thought, you know, maybe they're having a get together.
Well, judged from the state of the room, it looked like one of them decided to fall apart.
Yeah, he's just
Really?
kind of all over, ain't he?
Just a little bit.
But
Well, if you're patrolling up here in the north, how did you miss this?
big area. I'm one guy.
Right.
You know, well, your buddy Luke there was, or maybe he'd say my buddy Luke there was, you know, he was patrolling around this area too.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got several deputies up here, but and while he's talking, a couple more Thin Bloods coming in, and they kind of climb down through the hole in the floor, you know, which is, you know, up to, you know, here on them, and they heft up another body, thump, and yeah, it's like it's shrink wrapped in like a kind of heavy plastic tarp.
I crane my head down. I'm like, how many more y'all got in there?
We got like 2 more. We are this is the 5th one we've taken out.
God, what the fuck?
Yeah, he had like 7 of them down here. We had somebody checking the attic to make sure he doesn't have anything up there.
Was he an alchemist by chance?
I see Eddie.
Both the Scourge and the deputy kind of turn and look at Eddie when y'all ask that. Eddie's like, I've got no idea. He really kept to himself. I mean, a lot of us kind of keep to ourselves, but he really kept to himself. I guess he had his hobbies keeping him busy.
I see.
I mean, we can always check to see if we find anything. To kind of point in a direction if he was or wasn't.
Some alchemists can brew the potions in bodies.
You haven't unwrapped any of them yet, have you?
Travis shakes his head. No. I don't know how ripe they're going to be. I mean, he kind of pokes the one they just pulled out. I mean, the plastic's not like poofing up, so you know maybe it won't stink. But I guess
Well,
it depends if he did anything to the bodies before he wrapped them.
Well, if we unwrap one, I could do a check.
Yeah, it works for me. Travis walks over and flips the couch back over. All right, boys, put him over here.
Well, if we're replacing the couch.
Yeah, we probably burn this whole place down once we're done.
as they say, all right, boys, but I just one hand it.
Yeah, show off.
Right. Did he have any knives or basic first aid tools here that I might be able to utilize?
Travis just sort of does something with his wrist and slides a knife out of his jacket pocket into his hand. Here you go, Doc.
That works too.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and he'll take the knife and he'll open the bag slowly and at a bit of a distance.
It squirts like a grapefruit. No.
Have you ever opened the pallet of mulch when it rained the day before?
Dude. Yeah.
Yes.
No, there is a strong odor that comes out. But it smells more like herbs and like a disinfectant chemical. As opposed to like rot or anything. And the skin, where you make the initial cut, the skin already looks a little dried out.
Yeah. Well, he'll start doing like a basic like Y incision, see if he can get anything.
But there's already been a Y incision made.
All right. Well, he will cut open the Y incision.
It's been stitched shut, but
yeah, he will cut it open and start peeling.
it looks like most of the internal organs have been removed.
Okay.
Especially with what Eddie had said earlier, it immediately screams to you mummification.
Alrighty. Travis,
Yes, Doc.
have you found any canoptic jars?
No. No, I haven't.
That's the question.
Oh. You know what? Let's check the closets.
We probably should. If all of the bodies are like this, then they've all undergone the process of mummification, in which case their internal organs have been effectively juiced and put into canoptic jars if he follows ancient traditions.
That's, wait a second. Travis just kind of like snapping his fingers. Isn't there some bloodline somewhere that has to eat the people they drink from?
Yes, there is.
But if he was a thin blood,
All habits die hard, even if them blood.
yeah, that's the kind of thing that thin bloods don't usually pick up. Yeah. Anyway, boys, check the closet. And you can see the two thin bloods that were pulling the bodies out. They're starting to bristle at him calling them that every time.
Joanna kind of just
They also look fairly terrified of him, though, so...
If any of them are ever locked, I'll walk by and just pull the lock off and break the door hinges or something.
No.
Maeve is gonna check the fridge just in case if they're not in a jar and you just shove them in the fridge.
The fridge... There's nothing in the freezer other than a tray of ice.
Okay.
Of course.
The fridge has... You open the fridge, it looks pretty normal. There's, soda... can't talk. A couple cases of soda. There's a jug of milk. It looks like an average refrigerator.
Okay.
As you start examining a little bit closely, most of the stuff is fake, though.
Okay.
You crack the milk jug open, and it's liquid in there, but it doesn't smell like milk. It doesn't look as when you slosh it around, it doesn't look as thick. It's like it's colored water, basically. You start to realize he has set this up that if somebody walked in, it would look like a normal fridge.
Which is smart.
Hmm.
Okay.
A few minutes later, the two thin bloods that were working with Eddie come back in, and we didn't see anything in the closets. Everything looks, pretty normal.
Were there any jars where the bodies were then?
No, he's like a. Now there's a storage building out back that we haven't really gotten into.
That might be the next place to check. Typically, the mummification process, if following ancient traditions, would have you place the jaws next to the bodies, but if they were... Would you mind checking the shed and reporting back what you find?
Oh, sure thing.
I'm going with him.
Do they look visibly bristled when Samuel asks?
No, Samuel was very polite and didn't call them boys.
Maeve is also gonna follow and just keep an eye out. Good to know. Lupine attack. Who says they won't come back?
Lupine attack.
You walk in the backyard.
Samuel,
One of the guys.
Samuel will also activate his heightened senses.
Okay.
Does Maeve have
Just as Travis sneaks up behind you with a blown up paper bag.
He's gonna get stabbed with a stake if he does that.
Or his own knife since he handed it to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Now Travis actually seems to be taking this pretty serious.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as serious as you've seen him take anything.
Yeah.
Those of you going out the back door, as you're walking out, one of the guys points over. Got a lupine track here. You know, it's rained a little. You know, it rained a couple days ago. Ground's still pretty soft. We don't really find it before this point, so I don't know if that's where he changed at or.
Did you tell them that inside?
Oh yeah, we mentioned it to the Scourge, but
Okay.
Yeah.
How dark is it outside though?
It's night. There's a little bit of light because there's a security light up at the front of the property.
Okay.
You know, like if the house is here and y'all are behind the house, the security light's kind of over to one side, so it kind of a fair bit of illumination comes through.
Mm.
All right.
Are there any more tracks or just the one that you found?
He goes, well, there was one really good clear print. There's a couple more where it looks like, from that point it ran towards the house. Looks like it was just the one of them.
Do you think it's the lone wolf?
Could be.
Did y'all say you saw running from the gas station?
Maeve's gonna try to.
How many did... She was asking Eddie, how many did y'all see running from the gas station? Might not just be one wolf, though.
I think my guy saw like 4 or 5 running out the gas station.
That is concerning.
Well, yeah, it's a pack, so.
Has anyone not checked in? Or is there anyone that kind of lives like Rick does? Out on their own?
No. Everybody I've called around, everybody's checked in.
Okay.
Maeve's gonna kind of follow the tracks a little bit. Not too far out.
Give me a survival. Give me a survival check.
Survival.
Wits, or
wits?
would it be awareness? Yeah, it's tracking. We'll go with survival. So yeah, survival wits.
Okay.
Oh, it's pretty good. As you get back towards the back side of the property, you find a few wolf prints. They're pretty good sized wolf prints, and it kind of matches up, to where the full lupine prints start up. So you're pretty sure it came onto the property in wolf form, and then went into full full monster form.
Okay.
War form, yeah.
Well, I'm not sure how much the kindred keep up with what they call the different forms. So.
This is player knowledge, because
Yes.
before I got into the vampires, I played werewolves a lot.
Werewolves is actually the only World of Darkness game that I've played in a campaign of. Vampire did a bunch of one-shots.
They're a lot of fun. I very much enjoy playing werewolves. Like if Samuel dies for whatever reason, I'm actually seriously tempted to play like a rogue werewolf.
You could be an
Oh
abomination.
boy.
Everybody
Yeah,
could want to kill you.
absolutely. Just for
Maeve's
the
gonna try to
funsies.
go out a little further to see how
Once it
much
gets
further
out
she
into the
can
thicker
go.
part of the back into the actual wooded area, you pretty well lose it.
Okay.
Though looking around in the backyard, well, one, when you get out in the woods, when you turn around, you can see the back of the shed has been busted down about like the house was.
Oh,
Oh, what?
they probably came into the shed first.
Why? Did they want his garden equipment?
Maybe they knew what was in there. The shed is busted into, just like the house. Straight through the back.
Shit.
Yeah, the two thin-blood gentlemen, they walk around, look at the back. Huh, well, I guess we don't have to worry about how to get the door open. One of them pulls out a flashlight, the other one pulls out his cell phone and turns the little flash on.
Let's see, Samuel, he's gonna keep an eye/ear out with his heightened senses.
Okay, so you went out in the backyard with him?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's basically just keeping watch.
Yeah, I mean, Maeve's gonna see because her specialty for survival is tracking. That was
Yeah, he'll have the
So,
he'll have the knife in a reverse grip and have his pistol sort of held, sort of like so.
so
And he's just gonna be keeping an eye out. If you want me to make any rolls or anything.
Yeah, we won't worry about it right now.
Okie dokie.
So who's stepping into the shed first?
Jolene's going in.
I mean, I'll do it.
Well, first she'll peek around, like, see where the light is hitting, and be like,
There's a lot of broken glass. The shed doesn't have any windows, but there's broken glass on the floor. There's tables lining the walls. Of course, the table that was up against the back wall has been flipped out. There seems to be... well, you're pretty sure you found those jars Samuel was looking for. But they've been smashed on the floor, and their contents have been kind of stepped on and kind of squished. And the remnants that you see still on the tables has a real chemistry lab vibe to it. There's some glass beakers. So, your question of was he an alchemist? It's looking that
yeah.
way.
Hey, Doc. We found your jars.
Are they intact? I'll take
Depends
that
on
as a
your
no.
depends on your version of intact. There's some less damaged.
Interesting.
Why would the werewolves give a damn about thin blood alchemy?
That's a good question.
And I know it can do. You have thin blood long enough, you hear about it, but it's not like it can't do anything that can be done another way.
If Samuel gets close to the back with his heightened senses, you'll smell kind of a musty something that's probably from the contents of the jar.
Yeah, he'll be heading that way.
There's a slight scent of decay to it, But then you also
Mhm.
get that same kind of chemical smell and mixed
Embalming
with
fluid,
kind
basically.
of an herbish kind of smell.
Yeah. Potentially embalming fluid.
Probably not
I
as
don't think
strong
any-
as embalming fluid, but
I
Yeah.
don't think any of the Thin Blood Alchemy, like the ingredients or stuff like that. It's weird ass stuff though.
It is. Yeah.
it's
Maeve is
almost like a
gonna.
sympathetic magic sort of thing.
Yeah.
And there is all sorts of weird stuff. I mean, there's an actual chemistry set level of
Mhm.
typical chemicals,
Yeah.
as well as a bunch of oddly colored string, the preserved pelt of what looks like a house cat, a jar of dog's teeth, and you're not sure if it's a human hair or maybe it's a wig, as well as a flask or two of what looks like blood.
He will go over and inspect that.
It's kind of a fat test tube looking sort of thing.
Mhm.
It's got a cork with a wax seal at the top. It's on a two test tube rack on a table with some other equipment like a crap, what do they call it? The little one-eyed stove things.
Like just a hot plate.
Hot plate, thank you. One of the guys that's with you is kind of like, oh, I bet that's his blood. There's
Yeah.
things we can, there's things alchemists can do to increase the potency of their blood, and then store it.
If it ain't his blood, it's blood from specific folk.
Could be that too.
Or it might potentially be the blood of a wolf.
Uh,
But how would he have gotten it?
Well, if they tore through here specifically, it's possible.
if
The blood of a werewolf is an incredibly potent reagent for blood magic.
But you'd think they would have destroyed it then,
or taking it with them. If it was
instead of
the
leaving
reason they
it
were
there.
coming here.
I'm gonna take it with me for testing at the very least, to determine origin.
For testing and or snacks. Neither vial holds enough for like a meal.
Yeah.
She's like, is Eddie out there with them?
Eddie's still in the house with everybody else, or with the Scourge and the sheriff, or excuse me, the deputy. As you're in here, you hear a vehicle pull around to the back. And when you walk,
Peek around, see if it's a vehicle we know.
It's one of the ones that are parked out front when you got here.
Ah,
It's a van. They're loading the bodies up into it.
Hmm.
Why do they take those bodies, especially if they're mummified?
Gotta dispose of them somehow.
I mean,
Probably
I
in the
understand
river?
that. I understand
Or-
that, but there's so many at once. Isn't it going to attract suspicion?
I have a feeling they've been getting rid of bodies for a long time.
I suppose.
I mean, they could just burn
So-
them. I'm sure they probably have someone that runs a crematorium.
I could always use mulch.
You're talking about fertilizer.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how it works. What do you think fertilizer is?
Last time I checked, it generally can be a good old pile of shit.
Organic material.
Y'all are having this conversation as Luke walks up.
Can I talk about turning the dead guy that might have been killed or was killed into mulch, please?
I mean, of
Maeve
course, no
is
such thing. No such thing.
gonna look at Luke.
And he's just looking,
Be like-
looking at y'all as he's catching on to what this conversation is about. No, we just cremate the
Oh.
bodies, man. I don't know what y'all weird stuff y'all get into. It's all about just
But-
disposal.
Maeve
What
is
if y'all
gonna
got?
look at
Oh,
Luke.
what is all that crap on the floor? Oh,
Unfortunately, my friend, you come at a bad time of a thin blood being, well, mauled, so to speak.
I take it you found your jars, Doc.
Yes, I found the jars.
He pulls out his phone. Oh yeah, that location I told you about. Yeah, we're gonna need a wet dry shop vac or something up here. I don't know.
It's-
Jars of guts. Whatever you think will clean that up.
Jolene's heading back inside.
Maeve's gonna tell Luke about the track she found when she went a little bit further out. Just let him know he wasn't. He was, in his regular wolf form before coming towards the house.
All right. Well, that's definitely proves the lupine then. Not that I know of much anything else that would do that. Could do that. Luke asked you, Doctor or Samuel.
Yes.
You're gonna want to look at any of the rest of the bodies before we cart them off.
To be thorough, I could look at them all just to determine if they're in the same state or if anything changed.
I mean, we're gonna, at the crematory, we've already got people on their way that'll, fingerprint the bodies or take a dental cast, try to identify who they were, just to make sure nothing can come back on us from that.
Let me take a look at the bodies at least, just to see if there's any discrepancies between them that might be of help to us here.
Okay. I mean, we won't be driving off for a while. We gotta pick up the jackass that is causing all this trouble.
May I assist you, Doctor?
Pardon?
Assist you in investigation?
If you'd like.
Thank you, sir.
But Maeve would have noticed if it was one track or two tracks.
Best you can tell, it only looks like one track running up and hitting the house.
Mm-hmm.
Around the back of the building, you see it looks like a shoed foot. A shoe print basically around the back of the building you managed to find.
Okay.
So maybe there was somebody else that showed up in shoes, or maybe it changed back to a person and put shoes on. You're not really sure.
Okay.
So a pretty good size, like a size 13 shoe. But then whoever it was didn't have any trouble going through the back of the shed, so.
Yeah. So it could have been a two-person team, one going for the shed and then one going for the house. But if it was only one tracks going towards from where she found them, were there two wolf tracks or just the one?
You only saw the one.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see, who was it that was walking back into the house?
Jolene. She was gonna go try and hunt down Eddie.
Eddie and the Scourge are picking up body parts and putting them in the trash bags.
Kind of gives him a nod. Do we know anyone else that might have been into the same stuff Rick was?
You mean collecting bodies or serial
No,
killing
alchemy.
or? He kind of looked at the Scourge. I could ask around.
Okay. I mean, I know it's just forget I asked.
I mean,
Walks back off.
as you're leaving, you can hear Travis. Oh, come on, Eddie. You can just tell me. It'll be fine. Samuel, examining the bodies. They've all been prepared in the same manner.
Okay.
Some of them are male, some of them are female. A little hard to determine age. None of them look like they are super old. Though clearly they're all adult.
Yeah.
The majority of them are men, but not all of them. And it seems to be a mix of ethnicities or whatever.
Okay. So nothing that might have been like one of them's rigged like a bomb or something, kind of a thing.
All right, that one's empty. That one's empty. That one's a pipe bomb. No.
Yeah. Okay.
So Luke's standing there watching you. I guess Alexander's helping or whatever. The rest of you are standing around in the backyard as Travis comes out of the house at a quick walk.
I will say Samuel is still keeping his heightened senses active for his hearing.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Alrighty. Awareness plus...
Let's see here. Probably wits. We
Wits.
seem to use wits for a lot of stuff.
Okay. Awareness, wits, plus 2 bonus. I'm gonna willpower one of those. There we go. 5 successes.
There is a 5 successes. That's pretty good. You hear a little bit of scratching on the roof of the van.
Pardon?
There's like a little bit of scratching on the roof of the van, like something little is crawling around up there.
Alexander.
Alexander.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Samuel was calling your name.
Ah, yes, sir. How can I help?
It could be nothing, but I hear something scratching on the roof of the van.
All right. I shall investigate for you.
Please do.
When Alexander peeks out of the van, there's a bird walking around on the roof. When your head pokes over the van, it kind of startles and flaps off towards the house.
You're fine, sir. Just a bird.
It's a vulture.
I doubt me poking my head out would scare a vulture. But then again, looking at this rat face, I'm pretty positive I could scare anything.
No, sucker was, something like that.
Now I'm just imagining like a vulture trying to give Alexander a death killer, and he just looks back and it goes "Rah," with his rat face.
I'm kind of hungry, and you look kind of dead. I don't know.
You're
You're moving around. Though.
been more dead than you've been alive, you stupid bird. But anyway.
I mean, then just Alexander could just eat it and then be done.
But
It is an animal.
the rest of you, though, see Travis come walking out of the house at a pretty, he's not running or anything, but he's at a pretty steep walk. Straight out of the house and around the back of the shed, into the shed.
I'll go catch up with him.
When you go around there, he's poking through the busted glass. 1, 2. It looks like he's counting lids.
Find anything interesting?
Yeah, we pulled the 7th body out, and I'm pretty sure there was a 8th indention. You lay the body on the ground long enough, it leaves a little dip in the ground.
Yeah.
It looks like there was room for an 8th one. I'm just checking how many of these gut jars there are.
Gut jaws.
Canoptic jaws.
7.
Yeah. You
Wasn't
trust the doctor to
Now
know
here the doctor.
what they
Travis
are.
doesn't he doesn't say anything in response. He just kind of holds a middle finger up in the general direction of where the vein is, but inside the
It
building.
wasn't a traditional Egyptian burial. It's not canoptic.
Yeah, he throws out another lid. Yeah, that's 8.
So we're missing a body?
We are missing a body.
So you think we're missing a body? Do you know? Oh man, interesting. There's no drag trail or nothing.
Nope.
You really
But if a
think the
lupine
whales
decided
would
to
have
pick up a
drag
body,
it?
it wouldn't have any trouble.
That's fair.
Um,
Yeah, but there'd be more tracks.
Does anything trigger a premonition that's happening thus far?
No, not so far. You've been kind of occupied.
Well, okay.
She's gonna look at Travis, be like, "Well, there's a footprint coming back here, and then there's the lupine prints going towards the house. But before all this, a little further in, there's just regular wolf prints, but only one set."
The ground's it's a little soft, but it's not. I mean, like most of us haven't been leaving too many prints back here.
I mean, I guess he Blackjack looks back at behind him. He's like, "Oh, I guess I have been."
Unless they're smart enough to go in the same indention. One goes for the shed and one goes for the house.
Yeah, can't see a reason lupines would do that, but why would they take a body with them? I mean,
Unless
a
it means
snack?
something to them.
Well, yeah, there's no way a thin blood snuffed a lupine and hit him under the house. About that time, y'all all hear Eddie cursing inside the house.
Jolene immediately heading for the house.
Before you can get halfway across the yard, you see a black bird come flying out the back door, kind of arcs up into the air and out over the woods.
Somebody try and take a shot at it.
I mean, I can. I technically have firearms.
Was it that same bird?
Well, you never saw the bird, so Samuel wouldn't know.
Okay, is it the same bird?
Yes, most likely. I mean, it's a blackbird, or maybe a crow.
Odd, it's going around at night.
Samuel comes jogging out, or not Samuel, Eddie comes jogging out. Did y'all see that?
What the hell was it doing?
I don't know. The damn thing came in, plucked one of Rich's eyes, and flew off.
Well, that
There's
Sounds
rituals
bad.
that involve shit like that.
Shall I shoot it, sir?
As he reaches into his coat.
If you're waiting for this conversation to go on, it's already too late.
I
Maeve would
Damn.
have kind of followed the bird a bit. It's probably already in the woods or something.
Yeah, if you don't have celerity, you're probably not going to keep up with it.
I mean, I have celerity, but have rapid reflexes, so. But I do have celerity.
Well, baseline celerity still speeds you up,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I do have celerity.
Well, if you really wanted to pursue it,
And then, of course, I'm gonna turn on, Eyes of the Beast, just in case when it gets darker, she could still see.
and it gets dark pretty quick
Oh.
as you move out into these woods.
Yeah, so.
Now, does celerity require a rouse roll? Just for its very baseline use?
I gotta look up for it.
Is there no search bar on this thing anymore?
No. Doesn't say.
Alright, give me a...
And-
Let's see here. You're kind of trying to track it, but not like you were following animal tracks. You're just trying to keep up with it. So probably awareness. We'll do something weird. We'll say dex and awareness. Because you got to maneuver through the trees while keeping it in sight.
That's 3. I don't know if that's enough for trying to keep track of it, though. Contemplating re-rolling. 3 of them.
You said you got 3 successes?
Yeah. Contemplating re-rolling, though. Just
So
the
far
last
you've
3.
been so far you're being able to keep up with it.
Okay.
Now of course it's up high. You can't actually reach it or anything.
Yeah.
How far in are you planning to follow it?
I want to say till it stops, but don't really know in direction it's going.
You-
Lupine attack.
Yeah, exactly. It's going in the direction that the lupines came from.
You
Just
follow
made
it
that,
for just a little bit longer, and eventually it lands in a tree.
and she's just gonna stop and hide behind a tree and just watch it.
It seems to have stopped and is now eating whatever it had in its mouth. And then it just kind of sits there stock still for a little while.
This is when you shoot it.
If she had a gun.
Hit it with a rock.
Attack.
It gives a little shudder and starts whereas it had gone still for a second, it gives a little shudder and starts walking.
Starts what?
Well, it starts moving around on its branch a little bit.
She's gonna look for a pretty decent sized rock. While keeping an eye on the bird. And
Okay.
pelt it with a rock.
All right, give me a composure awareness. So you're trying to move slow and not gain its attention, even though you really just want to grab something and throw it at it.
I'm gonna reroll 2 of those 3 dice.
Okay. Don't forget to check off your willpower.
Mm-hmm. 3 successes.
Okay. You find you a nice, not quite baseball size, a little bit smaller than that.
And she's gonna throw it, so I guess what? Melee or
Be
I mean, if you're eating the rock, it's technically not melee.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm yeeting it at the bird. So yeah, that wouldn't be melee per se.
But it wouldn't be firearms either. Let's go with athletics.
Athletics, what?
Dexterity. Okay. 2 successes was the baseline that you needed because it's not exactly aerodynamic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'd say a little smaller than baseball size, but it's not like round or anything.
Yeah.
So you arc it up there. Just kind of a quick. You definitely nicked the bird enough to knock it from its perch, but it wasn't a good, solid thwack.
Mm-hmm.
It gives a very startled cry, kind of falls a few feet before it spreads its wings and kind of wobbly takes off again.
Maeve's gonna quickly run as it's trying to do that and capture the bird.
All right, give me a. It's a small target through the woods. Give me a melee. I guess dex.
Like all of my decks for this shit.
You're gonna need
3 successes.
You're gonna need 4 successes.
Okay. We'll do another reroll.
Okay.
1 dice, right? Or all 3?
Let's see. 1, 2.
You'd only be able to do the one that's
Yeah. Okay.
that's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
success.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay,
Let's
so-
see. Nothing else got a 10.
Nothing else got a 10, just that 1 10 started to disappoint.
So yeah, as it starts to take off, you run up, you manage to grab it, pinning its wings next to it, it starts wiggling.
And, gonna walk back towards the group. I'll kinda jog back towards the group.
Guys, I got dinner.
Jolene, I caught you a snack!
Did she really say that?
As she got closer, yes.
It doesn't even curse her, just kind of glares.
She walks back, she's got this crow in her hands. It no longer has an eyeball in its mouth.
It has the eyeball just in its stomach.
That's why I said no longer in its mouth.
Travis, do you want to cut it open or should I?
Why are we getting a...
There are many things that an eye can be used for. And a crow does not on its own go diving into the midst of all of us when animals are traditionally afraid of our kind just to pluck the eye out of a dead version of our kind and then fly off.
Fair. So you think maybe one of us was manipulating it?
No, I think there's another outside party that wanted to get the eye.
But not one of us.
Maybe we should kill the bird while we're having this conversation, just so if whatever is controlling it is listening through the bird.
Good point.
Maeve,
Have at it.
And she'll snap the bird's neck.
Alright. While this conversation, about the time Samuel goes, well, have at it. You're no longer holding a bird.
Okay.
It suddenly balloons up into a man. Who, takes off running into the woods.
I'm gonna
It's still kind of held by
dominate.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Maeve, like is still there. She's just gonna tackle, since he's literally in front of her.
Yeah, but she's also gonna be literally completely shocked that this happened.
Yeah,
No,
but
I'm
now
gonna
he's
use
running.
dominate.
Okay.
Well, the second he starts ballooning into a man, eye contact, dominate.
Alright, let me see here. Where is dominate? Disciplines, there we are. Alright, let's see. Which level of dominate are you using?
He's level 1. Short command that has to be followed immediately.
Oh, do you not have cloud memory?
Nope.
I thought you had used cloud memory before. Maybe that was somebody else. I thought you had used it on the chick you fed on outside the movie theater.
No, I didn't cloud her memory. I just told her to forget.
That's pretty much how cloud memory works, but okay.
Well,
It's a
I mean,
creative
that
use
is
of-
literally what it does.
okay, fair enough.
It's a creative use of the level 1 dominate.
Figured to basically force her mind to think about other things and then just put it out of her mind, as opposed to pulling it out of her memory completely.
Just yoink.
But yeah.
So she might get home and realize, wait a second,
What's that?
was that guy gnawing on my neck?
I've never got a hickey. Nothing.
Well, did that guy give me a hickey? Because she wouldn't see a wound, and it would.
Yeah.
She would remember it as being pleasant. So
He may or may not have a target to ghoul. Who knows?
Oh my.
Potentially.
all right. So dominate.
Yep.
All right. So it's charisma plus dominate versus intelligence plus resolve.
Uh-huh.
Alright. This is not an unsuspecting normal person, obviously.
Wonder people can't just turn into birds. I've been lied to my whole life.
Well, there's a lot of work that goes into it for them to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it does say unsuspecting, unprepared mortal. Unprepared mortals don't get a roll.
Kinku sneaky.
Mortal.
That is the question. Would werewolves be considered as mortal?
No, mortal refers to regular people.
Okay.
That's pretty standard.
Yeah. I know that's the eternal debate with some things, is would it be considered mortal or not?
Yeah, mummies wouldn't be mortal. Werewolves wouldn't be mortal.
Yeah.
Fae wouldn't be mortal.
Well, yeah, duh. Those wouldn't.
All right, how many successes did you get?
I haven't rolled.
All right, so give me a roll.
Okay.
That sounded like several dice.
It
really
was
did.
several dice. 3 of which.
I would also
3 criticals.
Oh,
That guy's going down.
1 on the hunger, 2 in normal.
All right, so there is a critical. One of them is on the hunger dice.
2 of them are on the
2 of
regular.
the normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but
There
there's
are
a critical.
There are 3 10s.
Yeah,
There's a-
and the hunger.
There's a critical, and one of them is the hunger dice. That's what's important.
Okay.
I mean, yes, the number of successes he got is through the roof.
Yeah.
Bravo.
'Cause
What
that's
what
1,
would
2,
that
3, 4,
do with the domination power though?
6. That's a total of 7.
7
Uh,
successes.
Let's see. I think it really just means you beat him. I don't think there's.
Because I understand like one of them is on the hunger die, but it's like, is the beast just pissed off and just like completely just dominates this dude mind like utterly or what?
Let's see. What page were the messy criticals on?
Because I know you said it's like for checks and stuff. It was like it like fails if it's like an awareness check, or like if it's a social thing they like go into a rage or something like that. But I'm not sure what that does for a mental power. You know, that's why I'm.
Behold the power of the storyteller. He will know.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, they seem to be very fond of that in this version of the game.
Yeah.
Hey, you know how we got all these Inquisitors running around with assault rifles and stuff? Yeah. Well, we're not going to tell you how much damage they do.
No,
ever,
no, no.
Ever. Anywhere in the book.
Yeah. I think it's based off like the successes of the rolls.
How many dice do you roll?
Yeah, basically, I think it's just like how many dice do you roll,
I have
and
some,
it's like,
I have
and it's
some
like,
issue with that.
yeah,
I realize
it's
this
like-
is not a real simulationist style game,
mm-hmm,
but the idea that a sniper rifle and a 9mm are going to do the same amount of damage, no.
yeah,
I mean, at least give me big gun, little gun, something.
Hey, something of that nature.
yeah.
Because
Well,
let me tell
apparently,
you,
Microsoft upgraded Edge, and now when I open a PDF in it, there's not a search bar.
Yeah.
can't you do Control F?
Oh, that might work. Let's see.
Could be.
Hey, I knew I'd keep you around for some reason.
Good grief.
I'm not the most technical savvy person, but I do remember a few things.
Yeah.
All right, hunger dice, messy criticals. All right, a critical win, messy critical. Character gains one or more stains for their monstrous action. The character breaches the masquerade. Character loses a dot of an advantage. If none of the above conditions fit the narrative, messy critical turns into a simple mess and the test fails. The beast clouds the senses or otherwise makes a quiet solution unattainable. And then one of the examples they use is not the dominate power, but one of the precognition powers. We're gonna have a little fun.
Yeah.
Maeve, roll me a. Oh, what was it? Resolve. Crap, what was it? It was resolve. Wow, they use the word dominate a lot in this game. Alright. Intelligence plus resolve roll. That was it. Intelligence and resolve.
Oh, did he end up targeting Maeve instead?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna go with. Oh, it's Maeve.
I would also
Two
like to say
successes.
I would have
Well-
clubbed him in the face.
The next question then would be, was he making eye contact with Maeve?
Considering the the dude, ballooned up and just basically took off back towards the woods, he would have had his back to you pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It's for
I'm-
fun. All right, so
Kinda
she got
wanna
2
s-
successes versus your 6.
There's no way I was getting 6 regardless. I would have gotten 4
Yeah.
max.
Coulda crit.
Well, you could have rolled if you rolled all 10s, or just 3
Then you
10s.
would have had fun with that.
This,
Yeah.
Unless
this
it
is
was,
not untrue. Well, you could have rolled 3 with your regular dice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he takes off. He ducks out around Maeve, takes off. Travis takes off after him.
Permission to shoot.
You hear Travis go, "Fire!" The deputy's
I
like,
think they're
"No! We haven't cleaned the scene up yet. The neighbors will call the police."
Samuel's going to pull out his silenced pistol. And he's just going to open fire.
All right.
I was fixing to say, you don't have to worry. Alexander would have a silencer on his leg. Yeah, we're doing this stealthy. Don't worry. It's kind of it's kind of like my thing.
All right. Luke seems to relax at that point.
Pew.
So what do we need to do for that? I know firearms going to be the secondary.
Dexterity firearms.
Okay, so.
Is there... I seem to remember, is there something about willpower being able to suppress a messy critical?
Not that I recall off the top of my head, but it's possible.
Damn.
Ooh,
4
good
successes.
shot.
Really good shot, love.
Ha
Don't do that.
Alright, so it was...
ha!
2 successes.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Could I have gotten the equivalent of an attack of opportunity as he like bolted?
No, that's not
Damn.
a thing. All right. All right, he is attempting to. He is initiating the 5 Ds of dodgeball. Dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge.
But can he dodge a wrench?
Can he dodge a bullet?
He's going to find out. He is certainly going to try.
And can Maeve do anything, or she's just stay there after that?
After a round or so, I'm sure Samuel isn't trying to concentrate on keeping it, and it's got to be a short command, so she won't be frozen very long.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 round per success? No.
Oh jeez, you'd be there
That'd
for
be a
ever.
while.
Yeah.
That's a lot of successes.
Well, she got a
The other
couple of
person-
successes, so that would cut it down.
Yeah, we just need to get 3 more success. No. I need to get, what? 4, 5 more successes?
No big deal.
Yeah.
See, easy peasy. Alright, so what's his dex? Oh, and this guy's just cursing under his breath. As you just hear him shit while he's running away.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty positive he wasn't expecting to be caught by somebody, then brought back to where he was, and now is being shot at.
Alright.
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna. He's pissed off enough. I'm gonna willpower reroll those failures.
The 2 of them.
Yeah. Hey, how about that?
Are they both?
No, there's 110, but it's both
It's one.
successes.
Yeah, so I got 4 successes.
Alright, so both of you got 4 successes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey!
Let's see. Knock off 2 of those successes for the successes he got dodging. So both of you hit him for 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that is 4 damage.
Aim for the legs. I'm coming in.
Yeah, and then after that, once it's done, she's gonna go and give chase.
Well, yeah. If he noticed can I say if he noticed like his gaze shifted, can he tell her command is to catch him?
Yeah. Basically, she's got this round that she can't do anything. Next round, she can go fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you're both in 1, 2. Okay, he's definitely taking some damage from it. You didn't get real solid, licked. You didn't nail him right in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he starts weaving into the trees and kind of out of sight. Like I said, you got a couple of guys after him, or Travis at least is after him. After a few seconds, Maeve, you snap out of what happened, and you take off after him. Roll me an awareness wits, as he was out of sight for just a little bit.
4.
I mean, at first you can hear him crashing through the woods in front of you. Let's see, what's this?
Yeah, I rolled 4 successes.
Okay, and you've got your animal beast sight thing going on.
Yes,
So
I
the
do.
darkness is not a factor. You don't see the man. You do spot the crow taking off again.
Actually, Jason,
Mm-hmm.
there is a thing that I can do to overpower a bestial critical.
What is that?
Can use willpower to push down and reroll up to 3 regular dice. If those 2 10s become normal, then it is no longer a bestial critical.
It doesn't specify that the willpower roll has to re-roll failed dice. You just can re-roll dice.
Yep.
Okay.
Because the example I use can use willpower to push down their urges and reroll up to 3 regular dice. He does, rerolling the critical and 2 of the regulars, hoping that he doesn't get another critical. Yeah.
But you still wouldn't be able to reroll your
So
blood die.
he wouldn't get a critical, but
But it just gets a straight success.
yeah. I mean, we've already played this whole nonsense out, so I don't think
Maybe
it would
for
matter
future
at this
reference.
point.
For
But
future reference,
Yeah.
though, we will remember that you can do that.
yeah, I wish I had remembered that.
So anyway, Maeve, you see the bird, flying.
Okay. She's going to give chase.
All right, give me another. I think we were doing Dex awareness for you to keep up with it while.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
You have no problem keeping him in sight.
nope.
Oh wait, that's a bestial failure.
Yeah.
Hey, remember willpower.
I could, just hit willpower?
Yep, you can willpower reroll, and just hope none of them come back as criticals.
Theoretically, you could reroll the 6 to 10 and the 3, right?
Well, all she would necessarily have to do, and what would be the safest for what she's trying to accomplish, would be to just reroll 1, and say it's the 10 regular dice that you're rerolling.
Yeah.
So, reroll 1 dice.
How much willpower damage have y'all taken tonight?
They've taken a lot.
Yeah.
3. This is my
I've-
third one.
I've taken 1.
Okay, well, there you go. So
Hey.
that
3 successes.
10 is
I'm
now,
sorry, 4 successes.
4 successes, and not a bestial critical.
yeah.
All right, so we
or
lose that
less
10.
critical.
So instead of 5 successes, it's 4 successes. That's still plenty enough to keep him in sight.
Yeah.
But he is getting higher and higher. Clearly he's going for altitude now as opposed to previously.
Yeah.
So in a round or 2, he'll be above the tree line, and it will become much harder for you to keep up
Yeah.
or keep him in sight.
Mm-hmm. Damn, not being able to turn into a bird as well. But I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have enough EXP for that yet.
I was about to say, once you get Form of the Beast or whatever it's called.
It's no, like it has shape change, and then you have metamorphosis, which then I could turn into like something smaller, if so chose, like a bat or something.
Mhm. I think you have to pick the particular form when you take the thing, but yeah.
Mhm.
Something like a bat or a raven if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Or I guess crow
Um,
is North America. But
So yeah, I mean,
so you follow him for another few minutes.
where's Travis while chasing?
That's a good question. Let me see how fast old Travis is. I don't, because you've got celerity. Nobody without celerity is gonna be able to keep up with you.
Yeah.
Ah, there he is. And he does not have celerity.
So he's already given chase, and Maeve just runs.
You hear somebody crashing through the woods behind you a little ways. And the rest of you would have seen Luke, once he realized, they've all got silencers, then Luke would have turned around and taken off, and he has celerity.
Would have Blackjack did the chase too?
I don't know,
Suppose
is Blackjack going to
Blackjack
chase
has
after this
celerity.
bird thing?
You would have tried.
Okay. So yeah, you and Luke, Blackjack and Luke are, a bit behind Maeve. You don't have any trouble keeping up with where she's going, because at the moment she's not trying to be stealthy. So you can kind of follow her sound-wise. How many levels of celerity do you have, Maeve?
1.
And how many do you have, Blackjack?
0.
Oh, you can't keep up then. You ain't got celerity.
Yeah, I'm not keeping up.
Okay.
I'm just running. I'm just running
Uh,
I'm just running to noise.
I mean, he's kind of trying to follow,
yeah.
but
Luke is keeping up with you, but he's not really gaining on you because he's got 1.
mhm.
Or at least you assume you. So y'all are going out into the woods, heading to the north. Y'all starting to go up the hills a little bit.
She's gonna be like, if you got a gun, take the shot.
From behind you, hear Luke, I don't see it. I'm just following you. You begin hearing the crow starts cawing. A little bit later, maybe in response, you're not really sure. You hear a wolf howl.
We all hear it, right?
Yes.
Activate prowess.
It sounds a lot closer for Maeve, though.
She's gonna stop. And try to backtrack slowly. Listening out.
Luke catches up with you, but he stops when you stop. Did you hear what I heard?
Yeah, not safest right now.
Do you think it was trying to lead us towards it?
Maybe it's working with them, and that's where it was going to. And we're just following.
Into our death.
Blackjack says as he finally catches up with him.
Yeah.
Well, not breathing hard.
I'm not breathing hard, but I activated prowess on the way. I'm ready, just in case.
Yeah, Maeve is gonna have her feral weapons out. Just have her claws out.
All right,
Just-
that's a rouse check, I think.
Yeah. So, do I hit the rouse button
Just
next
press
to
the
it?
rouse
Yeah.
button, because it's just a rouse check is just 1 die roll, or 1 dice roll.
I get
We're
hungry.
hungry.
That's fine.
As you stand there, you hear another howl. It's a little closer. Still sounds like it's a good distance off, but it sounds a little closer than it did.
Can we hear this back at the house too?
You do, but you can hear. It
Yeah.
sounds like it's quite some distance off.
I think if Samuel still has heightened senses, he'd. Yeah.
He's like grinding his teeth together.
Can't hear it over grinding teeth.
The two thin blood folks that were kind of helping out, they look at Eddie. Dude, we're out of here. I think we've done what we can do. We're.
I don't specifically want to take on a lupine myself, but I'm also not going to sit here and not defend myself.
All right,
I mean,
so
we're not-
we've got Maeve, Blackjack, and Luke.
And
Mhm.
Travis.
Oh, and Travis. I forgot about Travis. Travis catches up about
Travis
the time Blackjack
was.
did.
Yeah. So she's gonna be like,
So those four in the woods. So I assume that
Mhm.
leaves Samuel, Alexander, Jolene,
Jolene.
Eddie.
In the roads to the Thin Bloods.
Which they're leaving because they
They're
hear
not
the howls.
messing with Lupine.
And, the bodies are loaded up, so they're like, yeah, I think we've done enough. We have done our patriotic duty to help preserve the masquerade. We out.
Mm-hmm.
What were their names? Or did they ever give a name?
No, there's two random things.
Okay.
They're red shirts, which is saying something for Thin Bloods.
No, it's about how long Thin Bloods last, so it works.
So yeah, Maeve's gonna be looking around since she can see in the dark without an issue.
Mhm.
Because she doesn't know if the others can.
Not really, but I don't need to.
The moon's out, and your eyes
Yeah.
are adjusted to the dark anyway. You hear a third time, you hear the howl. It's a little bit closer. So you're going to stand here and wait for it?
Maeve's backtracking.
Yeah,
She
we've
doesn't
been like
want to give
backing
her
up little by
back
little.
to the enemy, but she's not
Right.
gonna stay where she's at.
We're backing up. We're still eyes forward, but we're backing up.
Travis and Luke are backing up with you like, there's four of us. If there's only one of them.
We don't know if there's one.
You want to chance that?
There can be two.
I mean, I like a good fight as much as the next person, but
I've seen somewhat how these lupines work. We don't want this battle right now.
Travis like, I bet old Blackjack could take him.
not Blackjack as himself, but maybe. I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Oh, come on! I bet the prince would give you quite a boon if you came in with a wolf pelt for him.
If I lived.
Well, he could give it to your coterie if you didn't.
I mean, if you do it, why don't you two go fight? And she'll look at Travis and Luke. You guys can fight it.
Hey! You're a gangrel. You're supposed to be the ones out dealing with these things. Aren't you like their buddies or something?
If it was that easy. Like I said, I've had my run-ins with lupines. This is not a battle we want to take if we don't know the numbers. And
Hey,
I'm the only gangrel here.
While Travis is talking this crap, he ain't slowing down. He's backing up along with the rest of them.
Exactly. She's like, I'm the only gangrel here.
I'm the expert, and
mean-
I say GTFO.
So
So y'all may get back to the house without it catching up with you.
I'm still like back to the house like this. They actually see me like back up like this. Fists balled up. They're almost like whiter than the rest of my body.
So yeah, You get back to the yard. Luke's like, all right, everybody pack up.
Yeah, we're done here.
Nothing here is super obvious from the road. I think we can allow the day crew to take care of this tomorrow. Give whatever's back there time to wander off. I wish we had more deputies, but even with a squad of us, I'm not going and taking a lupine in its own territory.
Especially if we don't know how many are out there.
Mm-hmm.
One could have just came.
Yes, Deca.
Is that the same woods we hunted?
No, y'all are at the south end of town.
Okay.
In some woods that have city on the other side of them, too.
Yes. Okay.
You know,
Question.
the big hills in Huntsville tend to be wood covered with deer and all kinds of stuff, but they're kind of cut off from.
Okay.
Is
Making
that around the same area Maeve and Colin went to?
Yes, same side of town.
Okay. She's
Well, that's
gonna
fine.
look at Luke and be like, I know there's a lone wolf around here. In this area. Me and my sire came here. And there's a pack trying to work with him. So,
Actually, it would probably be this wooded area here.
mhm.
Anyway,
So we don't know how many there is.
well, you said you found two different tracks here, so of course one of them looks like people tracks. So, did the lupine work?
They
With, did the lupine work with the kind?
I don't know. I don't study them intensively like that.
And
Would your
lupine
sire
and
know?
kind.
Would he be more experienced with them?
Probably. I could message him to head back this way.
Actually, he's like, just give him my number. He holds his phone up where you can see his number.
Okay, Maeve's gonna be like, hey, call this number. And she'll send the number in to Colin.
You get a text back. Who is this? Oh, who's the number for? Not who are you.
Somebody who wants to speak to you.
The response you
Local
get back is
broadcaster.
just one word. Maeve.
Law enforcement.
Well, at least you didn't give them my number.
They'll have your number regardless.
But, and you see Luke answering his phone as he's getting in his car. And,
Actually,
Luke takes the
then-
time to turn off the lights in the house, take the busted down door and kind of prop it up in the, in the door frame. Nothing you can do about the shed, but it's a little bit further back, so. As long as the neighbors don't come poking around in his yard, they shouldn't find anything.
Alright. Let's head out and now.
Before y'all load up, he does, thank you for letting him know about it. He tells Eddie, when I make my report, I will mention to the prince that you and yours were already cleaning up the mess. I mean, I'll have to also mention it was one of yours causing it, but that guy's already dead.
Technically, one of the lupines caused it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
the dead guy scattered around would be bad enough. Them corpses in the floor, that wasn't the lupine's fault. That was that thin blood being into some weird crap.
But I wonder what the lupine wanted with the eighth body.
Yeah,
Maybe that guy was the eighth body.
if you ever run into it, you can ask him.
And I'll let you know the answer.
Rumor has it they can talk, so.
Maybe when they're in their human form.
Y'all hear one more howl, still off in the distance. Looks like, yep, look at the time.
Alright, come on. It's enough. It's enough chit chatting. Let's go.
Eddie, you hear anything? Or you need to hide some folks, let me know.
After this, I'm probably going to have some folks, ready
Yeah.
to kind of move out.
You know how to get in touch. Keep in touch, though, okay?
Will
Don't be
do.
leaving your phone anywhere.
Yeah, sorry, I ran out of the house in a rush.
I get you.
Yeah, so y'all all load up and drive off.
Jolene and I are driving, or I'm driving Jolene wherever, and I'm just like, yeah, I
Need someone to teach me how to throw a punch.
immediately hits the brakes. Up,
Fuck,
the truck.
man.
Out the truck.
What?
Out the truck. Right now.
You're still in the neighborhood.
Cursing.
No,
get
we
out
would
of
have
the truck.
gone somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
We would have been like down the road a little bit as I start this conversation. Not just immediately hit the brakes on the side of the road. Out
Is
the
this
truck.
really necessary?
You asked a question, you'll go and get an answer. Out the truck. I get out the truck.
What part of this question
turn off the
requires me
truck
to get
and
out of the vehicle?
Hot, well, you asked how to throw a punch. Now, come on.
Fucker, it's out of the truck.
I'm starting to question who all came in vehicles because Alexander does not own one. I highly doubt he rode on the bitch seat with Samuel there.
That would
Maeve
be
does have a
great, though.
Yeah, Maeve's in her car, so maybe you rode with Maeve.
Okay, that's fine. Because I was about to say if Alexander's hiding in the bed of Blackjack's truck, and he would have been pissed off at the fact which he just slammed in the back of the window. Like, what the hell?
You don't know Alexander's back there and you hit the brakes and just...
No, it's probably
Maybe you don't
Alexander
have my damn
riding shotgun
car.
with Maeve, Jolene shotgun with Blackjack, and then Samuel on his bike.
Okay, no, that's fine. I just started to actually get curious about that. I was like, wait, how did Alexander get there? Because we never established who all had vehicles at the time. And again,
Take
Alright,
your
so
hand like this.
Okay, fine. She does.
Now, ball up all your fingers except for your thumb.
I am familiar how to make a proper fist.
Are you sure?
Blackjack, you know a lot about my childhood, so let's just say I'm aware of how to make a proper fist.
So what when you say throw a punch, you know how to make a fist. So what's the next part?
She decks him.
I don't resist.
But you've got fortitude,
I got fortitude. I'm not worried about it.
and it's blunt damage, so you'd be half in it anyway.
So it's,
What does she roll? Like, what, brawl strength?
Yes, I believe raw strength. Ooh. Are they both 10s? Are they both 10s? No.
Nope.
That
it's
would
like
have been fantastic.
it's like 1 point of superficial, if that.
Yeah, well, it would be 2 points, but halved, so...
Yeah. He like takes it. He's like he leans a little bit into it. He's like, not bad. So what you want to do is you got your fists. So that's step 1. Step 2, you shift your stance to hit
Wait.
a little harder.
Can I have a suggestion real quick here? Sensei,
Yeah.
or whatever the hell I'm supposed to call you. Can we not have this on the side of the damn road?
Look, this could happen at any time. All right, Where do you want me to drop you off?
Werewolf howling in the woods back there.
they're way back
Oh,
there.
okay.
They're not gonna get anywhere. Oh, fucking. All right,
Do you continue
where do you
to
want to
listen?
go then? Huh?
Okay, so y'all are getting back in the truck at this point?
I guess so.
Okay. That's good, because just as you're getting in and shutting the door, a police car drives by.
There are people out in the middle of the road just beating the shit out of you.
Trust me. That wouldn't even be an unusual night for the police. Like, oh, domestic dispute.
Whatever, keep driving.
Oh no, they'd arrest you both, but
They try.
well, we only saw her throw the punch, so really we got to arrest her.
I leaned into it and everything. Alright, so where do you want to go?
Just drop me off at the usual place. I'll walk back.
You just said you want to learn how to hit.
Not right.
You might
At
not
some
get
point.
another night to do it.
Y'all still got like half the night.
At some point.
Take her to the farm,
Fine,
teach her cow
tomorrow.
punching.
Not my farm.
There's other
Even though my cows are probably better suited to it.
Alright, so we're getting close to 9. We're probably going to go ahead and
Yeah.
wrap here.
Mm-hmm.
As y'all are driving away from the Howling Wolf and the
Yes.
Carnal House.
Charnel House.
Carnal House, thank you. I said that. That's like,
Cardinal House.
Carnal
Wait a minute.
House is
Wait a
something
minute.
very different.
I'm sure there's some of those in Huntsville too, but I don't know nothing about them.
We get Twitch banned for that one.
Yeah.
Only if I had pictures and displayed them. Alright, so anyway, y'all break up for the evening. Let's see.
Do I need to roll anything to see? What do I need to roll to see if I get that stain removed?
Oh, yes, let's cover that.
The stains aren't unremovable, fortunately.
No, end of session is basically when you take care of those. What is your humanity?
Including the one that has like the little slash on
No,
it.
no. What is your humanity?
8.
8. Okay. Oh, well, that's a neat ability. I have to remember that. Though you've got Blush of Life all the time, don't you?
Yeah, she has lifelike.
Okay, so yeah, you don't have to make the roll. All right.
Yeah, make a remorse test.
Yeah, remorse. That's probably what I needed.
I think there's a dice in there for it already. Yeah,
there's a
there's a
button
remorse
down here
thing
for
right there.
remorse. Just click that.
Yeah.
Well, before you do that, I want to say, on the sheet, we may have had you click on one of your field humanity dots.
Yeah.
I
to
think
put
it's
a
one of the
slash
empty
through.
ones. I think it's one of the empty ones you were supposed to.
It is, yeah.
Okay, then I'll click an empty one.
Because you don't actually. All right, then you hit your remorse roll and see what that tells us.
Yeah.
Okay, I have any remorse dice.
Do what now?
Input value, remorse dice.
Roll the number of dice equal to the unmarked, unfilled dots on the humanity tracker.
So for you, that should be 2 right
1.
now.
Say, for example, a character with humanity 6 and 2 stains would roll 2 dice. Okay. If the remorse roll results in at least 1 success, the character has suffered enough guilt, shame, or regret to retain their current humanity. They remove all stains.
All right, so you got a success.
Yes.
Then yes,
That punch.
you
That
feel
punch to Blackjack's face.
has nothing to do with this. So you feel bad about what you did with the deer. You know you're gonna have to watch it from now on, and you know
Tell
you
me I
kind of
should
have
that.
this poor Bambi. Every now and then you just kind of stop and poor Bambi the next couple days.
I'm just gonna kind of not go chasing after deer for a while.
However, if the remorse roll results in no successes, the beast has won. The character must lose 1 point of humanity and then remove all stains.
Yep. Because the lower your humanity gets, the harder it is to actually lose the humanity.
Yeah.
Because less stuff bothers you then.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we've taken care of that. And used a new mechanic. Yay.
Oh, yeah.
Huzzah!
Blood bonding a mortal incurs a stain.
Yeah, I guess you are enslaving somebody, so it makes a certain amount of sense.
Oh.
And it probably depends on what humanity you're currently at.
Yeah. Embracing a mortal is 2 stains.
But
Which touchstone damaged 1 stain. Damaged by your actions 2. Touchstone destroyed 2. Touchstone destroyed by your actions 3.
Stop giving the storyteller ideas.
oh, I'm already planning to burn Blackjack's neighbors down. Anyway, carry on.
Mhm.
So we're gonna wrap up here. Y'all retreat back further into the safety of the city. Undoubtedly, well, let's see. Samuel's the only one they can really contact easily. Samuel. You'll be notified by the sheriff, basically thanking you for your assistance in this.
Mhm.
Hi, handsome man.
Let's see.
Hi, Vinny.
You'll find out that they actually did roll all the deputies out up there, but by the time the entire squad got up there, they couldn't find hiding or hear anything.
Yeah.
They request your assistance in doing some research to find out who or what the bird thing was, because that's
Yeah.
not anything they've ever heard of.
He's going to be doing some research on that blood that he took.
Oh yes, you did take evidence from the scene of the crime.
Yeah, he took all those blood vials with him.
Yep.
I mean, he is a Tremere.
Yeah. Well, you still got several hours of the night left, so you could have started on that, and we'll cover
Yeah.
what you discover, if anything, the next day.
Yep.
So is there? Let's see. Jolene was the only person that got a stain, I think.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. All right, so we'll wrap up here. Join us again tomorrow night when we should be playing Monster of the Week, run by V. Thursday night should be
Yes.
Descent into Avarice.
You'll see me.
Yes. Back on Monday with the Escorts.
Buddy, I don't think you'll like coffee.
And if you happen to have nothing to do at a Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m. Central Time, over on
Technical
the Nerd Eternals Twitch, I'll be running my Icons campaign that I always forget to hype while I'm on here. Which
It's
is
literally your opportunity.
yes, yeah, literally. It's like I'm like half of why I'm here is to hype my stuff. But Icons is a superhero game where we have, I think all the players have 6 characters apiece, and we bounce around from story to story as to which characters they're using. So it's like they're playing an entire comic book universe rather than one particular team.
So, Sarah, we're not allowed to play.
Oh no.
We already have like what, 20-something apiece that we bounce around. Yeah.
Ben, stop trying to drink my coffee and
So
eat
anyway, we do
my-
that every other week, and this coming Sunday is one of the ones where we'll be doing it. Where the players are in London, stopping an invasion of knights on horseback.
As one does.
Okay.
Going back
Superhero
in
games.
time?
Who knows?
Or
Superhero
forward or sideways, they don't know. It's superheroes.
Robotic horse.
It's weird. But and then of course next Tuesday we'll be back here. We'll find out some more of the weird stuff going on. Maybe they'll investigate this odd blood magician. Maybe they'll keep plugging away at the werewolf problem. Maybe they'll actually meet a
Start
werewolf
beating
this
the
time.
crap out of it.
And of course,
Man.
there's stuff going on in Decatur and all around.
They do beat a werewolf. I know what Samuel's going to do.
Run?
Give me that blood.
Oh. I think running would probably be smarter.
Well, let's say if they beat it. Like if the werewolf is like down and dead. Blood harvest.
So, all right. Once again, I've been your storyteller for the evening, Jason, and with me has been Eric playing Samuel, Duba playing Alexander, Decca playing Blackjack, Sarah playing Jolene, and Rap playing Maeve. And we will all see you next time.
You have a good one. You hear?
Bye
All of a
bye.
sudden, my credits aren't wanting to come up. There we go. Must credit my theme music.
What you mean? Theme of Fire credits.